How the fuck do you think get off at night, Polyphony, Gran Turismo, flicking your bean at Baron spending £40 on a full game, which isn't a fucking full game, it's a fucking beta at best. Well, hello there, beautiful people, and welcome to OTT. This time out, it's a bit of a rant. I'm sorry to some of you fans of this particular racing sim. I really am sorry for what you're about to. I should warn you, you won't hear many good things about. There won't be many compliments. So, if that's going to be something that's going to make you angry straight away, please go watch a different video. But for everyone else, hello. Hello, beautiful people. Right, where to begin? The downfall of Gran Turismo. What was it? Well, I don't think you can put it down on one particular thing, but let's start from the beginning. Well, not from the beginning, from my beginning. I'm not doing a very good job of explaining this. Let me try that again. I got into Gran Turismo at Gran Turismo 5. So obviously that's not the start of Gran Turismo. It was the start of Gran Turismo for me. So let's talk from there. Now, I joined Gran Turismo 5, and here's one of the good things I'm going to say about it. Originally, Gran Turismo 5 was a community online that was superb. The finest quality of community I have ever met online. It was amazingly good. It really was. Now, the actual game itself was okay. At that point when I got into it, it was quite late into Gran Turismo 5, so it had most of its features already in, and it was working pretty well. Now, then hacking came along. Now, some of the most popular programs ever used, let me just name two to you. See if you ring any bells. Brute Force and Garage Editor. Yes, they're the ones. Now, I will admit that I've had one or two hacked cars, and they weren't like, oh, it's got 1,000,000 horsepower. They were just realistic hacks that I would love to be able to do in the game, but wasn't basically able to. I just wasn't, because Gran Turismo say no. Now, here's where I'm going to start ranting. Now, after they updated the game, they brought in a patch which blocked hacked cars. Which made me cry, but I had some hacked cars left. You know, it took them a few patches to fully tighten up the barriers again to stop hacked cars. And that was really depressing. Do you know why? Because a lovely person who made me a RX-7, the that one, you know, that one. And it was a drift car. And basically, my friend asked me, well at the time, asked me, what engine would I like inside the RX-7? I said, please can you put a 7.3 litre or 7.2, I forget which one it is, Pagani Zonda engine. And it was my most favourite car I've probably ever had on that game. And then they updated the game with a patch which fucking yes, they undid my car. I'm trying to hold the rage back. Okay. Whew. Breathe in. Breathe out. Goose for a bar. No, fuck it. You took my fucking wankle. No, wait, it wasn't a wankle. It was a Zonda engine. You took my Zonda engine wankle. Whatever. You took it away. You took it away. How fucking could you? That was the main car it was the only car I fucking drove. Ugh. It ruined the game for a lot of people, yes. Hacking ruined competitive racing in some senses because you didn't know if someone was using a modified car which would give them an unfair advantage. Yes, that's a problem. But surely the fact that hacking introduced so much fucking fun into the fucking game when it was desperately crying out for it, all the fucking players were like, we just want to take spoilers off our cars, we just want to stance them, we just want to put another 100 horsepower in. Oh, and even better, hackers found in the game that there were stage 5 turbos, stage 5 tyres, all this lot, where you could only get stage 3 during the normal game. So this stuff's already in the fucking game. It's already in there. It's already in there, but yet no, you can't have it, says Nana GT. Right, so let's move on from the hacks. Let's move on. Take a deep breath, Baron. Move on. So, after the hacks came and went, GT6 was announced. Oh god, yes, this is not going to get any better. And everyone thought, okay, time for a new Gran Turismo game, okay. I paid £40 for my copy, pretty much on day of release. And it's pretty much a copy and paste with a slightly better filter put on it. Now, that's fair enough if you had a lot of content. But bearing in mind, I am recording this right now. I'm just going to double check the date. The 7th of January 2015. And as far as I'm aware, there is still no track editor, which is quite a big important feature. It's still not on it. Now, I'm sorry I don't have the date of when the actual release of Gran Turismo 6 was. But, yeah. And basically, the best thing about the game, once Gran Turismo 6 came out, was all the community, the really great drivers and people. And they weren't just good drivers, they weren't just skilled. They were good manners. They had very good driving manners. They were very nice to talk to. The chat was very civilized. It was very grown up. And then Gran Turismo 6 happened. And it's like the entire good part of the community went, bye! Just gone. Gone! Gone! It's like, fart, it's gone, waft. And it was horrible. And all you were left with were trolls, horrible drivers, and just generally arseholes. Yes, that's right. And that's... Right, let me fill you in a little history of what goes on behind the scenes. I used to play that game almost every single day. Now, I ran lobbies. That was my thing on there. I ran lobbies. We had a community all built together and we'll let random people in and see, have a bit of fun. And we would constantly have conversations over the headset, talking about the bad things about Gran Turismo, like the flaws of the game, the things that would want fixed, etc, etc. And you'd get so many people that would join and they would say stuff in the chat or put on the headset and start saying stuff like, oh, Baron, if you don't like it, why don't you fuck off? Well, I'm here because of my friends. I am a considerate person, but this doesn't mean anything to these sorts of people, the type of community that was left on Gran Turismo. I can only imagine what it's like now in 2015, what the community standard is like. From what I've heard from people that I know that still play the game from time to time, say it's like one step away from being confirmed dead. Now, there is still plenty of people playing it, don't get me wrong, but they're not people that you want to play with. You're better off playing offline on your own. So, once the community had gone, and it were left with the arseholes, it pretty went shit. And I don't know what to say. I mean, come on, they even announced in GT7 that they're still going to be using some of the cars from the GT6 game. Now, if you don't already know, actually like 90% of the cars from Gran Turismo 6 were copy and paste with a new filter from GT5 with, I'm doing air quotation marks here, updated physics and stuff, yeah, but right, just get this out of the way, because I do think I have a duty to say this. Now, Gran Turismo, with all their fails and all their things they've done wrong, I do still praise them for what they're doing as far as changing the opinion of people that think that because you're a good driver on a game, that means it could never apply to the real world. Now, they've gone and proved this over and over with the GT Academy. You can never take that away from them. That is a very good thing they're doing. I can only praise that, so please don't ever forget that I said that. The actual physics of the game are very reliable and they are quite realistic-ish. They are not a full simulator. I mean, when you can get cars to go 300 miles per hour, that's kind of a clue that, yeah, there's something wrong. I mean, if you look on my channel, you will see a setup for a car which is a 300 mile an hour Hyundai Coupe. Now, I'm sorry, there is no such thing as a 300 mile an hour Hyundai in real life, but in Gran Turismo, it is a possibility. Now, all those things to one side, before I start picking holes in the physics, it is actually really good physics compared to most out there. There are flaws in there, but, that can be acceptable sometimes. But if you're calling yourself a simulator, you really should be watertight and be 100% accurate 100% of the time. And that's one of your downfalls, Gran Turismo, along with many. Here's my biggest complaint, is the makers and the people that deal with the community from Gran Turismo, i.e. Polyphonic, or as they're referred to normally, PD. Now, these guys are the most... I don't want to sound really horrible about this, but they are really ignorant. They just ignore you, pretty much on a whole. I remember the only time that they've ever really opened the doors was they ran a Q&A session for Kaz, the guy who's like the main guy behind Gran Turismo. And they said they'll pick questions that are the most thumbs up and recommend, i.e. most popular, and they will ask them to Kaz. But the questions they picked were all cherry picked. The questions were avoided, like who being answered by a politician, which I hate in any developer. Because if you're developing a game, yes, you can keep things secret, but when it comes down to important questions, which you should really answer, like for example, one of the questions I think Kaz got asked was, when will we see features like track editor? And it said, oh, it's coming, don't worry, yeah, but that's not good enough. This is a main feature of the game. You can't just faff around with it. We need to have accurate times. This is also applied to other games like Grand Theft Auto 5's Heist. All I'll say is, from our point of view, I'm not expecting Polyphonic or Gran Turismo to ever give a shit about my opinion. And that's horrible when you get to a point where you're kind of forced to say that. Because Gran Turismo, you have great gamers. Like, I'm not saying I'm a great gamer, but I know, when it comes to driving games, I know what I'm going on about. And it's just, I have good suggestions, like I'm sure many of you do as well. I heard plenty of great suggestions when I was running the Gran Turismo lobbies. I would have great comments all the time by people saying, I wish they would do this, I wish they'd be a bit more open and honest and be a bit more transparent. I wish they would actually listen to what the community wants. And some of you will say, I know you sat there behind the screen going, this guy's a fucking... Right, listen. I know they did listen to what fans wanted a little bit, but they had to take such a fucking massive thing to make them do anything. Now, what I mean by that is, in Gran Turismo 6, we got spoilerless Skylines and Supras, I think, as well. And a few things like that, which were brought in by the hacks. By the hacking. Yes. And then once they got rid of the hacks, someone obviously must have said, well, hang on a minute. If all these people, like, literally hundreds of thousands of people are using this hacking software across the world and using it in our game for stuff that we're not offering them, content-wise, in the game, isn't that a clue that all these people want something? That maybe they've been leaving messages for you for months and years saying, we want this stuff, but you're like, no, just don't care, we're not bothered, no, we're really not. That's exactly how it fucking felt. Exactly how it fucking felt. Oh, and by the way, don't take this the wrong way, but who in their right mind thinks that it's possibly okay for a game to get released with only half its features, tracks, etc.? Now, I know half isn't an accurate number. I have not got a scientific mastermind to work this out, or a mathematician. It is a rough number off the top of my head. It's a fucking rant. Now, personally, I don't think I've ever played any other game where, like, this is mainly me speaking about Gran Turismo 6 here. You buy the game, half the features aren't there, it feels just the same as the old game, and what the fuck did I just pay my money for? That is how I felt. I was like, okay, I got some new toys, I've got some new tracks, and I've been round them, and now it's done. 10 minutes later. Okay, job done. That's it. Yep, and the game even tries to slow you down. It's like, oh, we'll give you a slow race to start you off with, so you have to work your way up to earn money to get to a point where you can actually get the cars that you want. So you're going to have to put a certain amount of hours into it anyway. Now, you might be okay with this. It's okay, I'm fine. But I don't think it's acceptable. How the fuck do you think Get Off at Night, Polyphonic, Gran Turismo, flicking your bean at Baron, spending £40 on a full game, which isn't a fucking full game, it's a fucking beta, at best. If you don't... Now, the problem is with beta. The definition of it keeps fucking changing. It's like, it's got Russian roulette. It's like, pick a fucking definition and stay there. One time in the past, beta used to mean it was still nowhere near ready to play. Beta these days means it's a 9/10 of the way done. It's practically ready to go out there. It's just got a few bugs and glitches and a few extra things to put in. That's what Gran Turismo 6 fucking is! Bastards! Oh, it's a fucking... Oh, it's a tosses. Oh. Now, I'm sorry. So you think, oh, Baron, you're overreacting. There's no need. There's really no need. They're going to give us the stuff eventually. Fuck eventually. Don't sell me a fucking game that's supposed to be new and fucking have all recycled shit on it. All the features that you really want aren't fucking there or don't fucking work. Why do you think the glitch videos on YouTube are so fucking popular? Because there's fuck all else to do. Fucking... I'm done. Oh. Fuck Gran Turismo. You had such a good idea. And then you fucking... What the fucking... Fuck you, Gran Turismo. Guess what? I'm not buying GT7. I am not even going to get it out of the bargain bin. I'm not going to borrow it off a friend to even try for... Actually, I will borrow it off a friend to try for 2 minutes. Just to see if you do pull it round. Because it wouldn't be fair if I didn't. I'm looking forward to your next gen version. I'm saying next gen very sarcastically. Now, on your head be it, Polyphony, Gran Turismo. If you want to drop another bullshit beta game on your consumers, on your fans, on your player base, I will find out. I will fucking scream until you fucking listen. Because if you don't listen, Gran Turismo, you are going to fail. You are going to die, and not in a blazing glory. You're going to die in a fucking cloud of your own farts. But anyway, all I can say, guys, is if you enjoy playing it, keep going. But one thing, there are plenty of driving games coming out, and all I'm going to say is, I know you're going to get tired of me saying this, is Project Cars. Project Cars. Just wait for Project Cars. I'm not saying it's going to be brilliant. I'm just saying it looks like it's going to be a true rival. And if it is, or even it's 50% there, once they release a game, if it's halfway to where it needs to be, as long as it's got the physics and the graphics and it runs smoothly and it's got most of the features, I'm sorry, that'll be the final nail in the Gran Turismo's coffin. I know, it's rather sad, really. I mean, to be honest, I would not recommend to anybody to pre-order Gran Turismo 7 at any point, no matter what goodies they give you on top of it. Please don't take it. Don't get baited into it. Decisions that Gran Turismo are making just don't make sense. I'm sorry. It's like they think they're holier than thou. That is a very old British term for any foreign viewers out there. It's Old English. Very Old English. We don't use it anymore, apart from occasions like this where you don't want to fucking swear. But I apologise for all the swearing, but it's a Let's Rant series. What did you fucking expect, you utter... Nah, you're lovely people. You all are. Please don't hate me for hating Gran Turismo. It's not anybody's fault from the community. Although, I do have to wonder, where did the nice and the great drivers from Gran Turismo 5 go? If you were one of these people, and you were one of the legends, one of the great people from the community of Gran Turismo 5 before it dispersed, let me know, what game are you playing now, driving-wise? Have you moved on to Drive Club, or you've moved on to The Crew, which is highly unlikely if you're a simulator sort of fan. But I would be interested to know. Because where did you beautiful people go? So, for now guys, fuck Gran Turismo. Let's go with another franchise. Let's do that. Well, Gran Turismo, this is the touchy-feely bit. It was fun-ish, kind of, while it lasted. I'm glad I'm not playing you anymore. I really am. I don't miss you whatsoever. The only people I ever did miss was the community that we built up there. Hopefully, I'll bump into some of you guys again on the PS4. For now, guys, love you all as always. See you in the next video. Goodbye.